What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. J. Hill, back with another episode of the Power Mixer podcast. Well, guess what, y'all? We had another great Power Mixer. The Power Mixer was on October 30th, 2024 at the Charlotte Alliance Foundation. Special shout out to Nate Hogan and everyone at the Alliance for allowing us to have the Power Mixer there. The theme of this particular mixer was doing business in Charlotte. We wanted to have everyone in the room and have a discussion about what does it take to be successful when it comes to doing business here in Charlotte. And our amazing panel had a great response, had great ideas, gave great feedback and nuggets for everyone in attendance. Of course, the Power Mixer podcast is ready to go up to another level. So what we did this time at the event, we had attendees interview each other, which was great. And so what we're going to do is allow you to see some of that right now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Taylor D, and I'm here at the Power Mixer with my girl, Jonikin.
And I am Jonikin Martin, and I am a social media manager for small brands and businesses. Dr. Taylor?
Yes, and Jonikin is actually my social media manager, which makes this really cool. I'm Dr. Taylor D, as I stated, and I am a multi-passionate educator. I love all things education and business, and I love helping leaders and edupreneurs grow, and also helping children learn in a variety of capacities. So how are you doing today, Jonikin?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited to be at this Power Mixer. My whole entire excitement around it is to uplift brands. You know that.
Yep.
I love uplifting content creators and helping them reach the peaks that they want to go to and even expand it more. So I'm excited to meet people here.
Yay!
What do you like about doing business in Charlotte?
Oh my goodness. I love Charlotte. I absolutely love this place. I think it's just a city filled with diverse opportunity, diverse people, and just people with really amazing hearts. I think Charlotte is really about making impact, but also people that want to make impact the right way.
Absolutely.
And so I just really love Charlotte for that.
Absolutely.
So what do you hope to gain out of tonight's event?
So honestly, I hope to gain a little bit more of connections within the Charlotte community so I know how I can be more helpful within the community, because I still feel like a little bit of an outsider. So if I can get in and meet people, I can give them positive impacts. That's really what I'm trying to do.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, that's so awesome. I'm here too for similar purposes, just wanting to meet new people, to continue to expose myself here in Charlotte, but also help people that have a heart for education and want to do anything in education, that want to further expose children or leaders in education. I want to help them to create training programs and coaching programs that can help, again, build their brands.
Yes.
So we're kind of here for similar things. This is really cool.
Yes, it was.
So
Pay educators more. Pay educators more.
Yay! Yeah, that's always the message.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is really cool. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hello, my name is Sheena Pickett, and I am owner and operator of Alpha Male Nail Care, where we help men put their best foot forward by helping them take better care of their hands and their feet.
And I am Danea. I am a property manager by day, so I manage small properties for private landlords to help make their processes more efficient. I also am the owner, author, and production partner of Affinity Media Group. We do audio-visual production for small businesses for marketing and promo.
That's excellent. So what do you like about doing business in Charlotte?
What do I like about doing business in Charlotte? I'm pretty much from Charlotte. Okay. I've been here for the most part of my life. So what I like about doing business in Charlotte is being able to evolve in a familiar environment, being able to see how old places revitalize themselves and to be a part of that progress.
Absolutely. And to spin off of that, I love how Charlotte is also evolving, especially in the industry that I'm in. I strictly cater to men. So the mindset of grooming and self-care for men is evolving. And I like how Charlotte is a melting pot, because not many people are from here.
Are you from Charlotte?
I am not from Charlotte. Okay. But I'm a Carolina girl from High Point, North Carolina. But I do like how Charlotte is the melting pot of the South.
I agree. So here is to Alpha Male Nail Care and Affinity Media Group. We love doing business in Charlotte. And thank you for tuning in to the Power Mixer podcast.
Hello, everyone. I am Shamar Farley. I am a commercial real estate consultant here in Charlotte. And I also dibble and dabble in a lot of community engagement work. along with being a resource connector. Well, I coined that term for myself. So, pleasure to meet you all and my friend.
My name's Donata Jackson. I have been a public relations professional in the Charlotte market for about 20 years. Currently, I work at MP Strategy. It is a public relations firm that's a subsidiary of a law firm. So that means that we do the crisis communications work and all of that fun stuff for attorney clients, but we also have our own clients, and we get to do the fabulous strategic communication, some community engagement,
Yes.
economic development, all of those fun things too. So we get to have a good time.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
So what makes you love doing business? What do you love about doing business, Charlotte? I think that's our question today.
Wonderful, yes. What I love about doing business in Charlotte,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
All right.
You know, nice sized town, military town. But growing up, I've always had this this knack for wanting to be in a city or metropolitan area. So I did a lot of traveling up the East Coast. And I moved to DC, had made trips to New York a few times, graduated from college, ended up staying in Charlotte the first time. In 17, I moved here, and I got my feet wet with expanding my skill set in networking. And I love to help people, so I integrated my ability to be of assistance with my love for building new connections, and I just flourished while I was in Charlotte. Got promoted from work, ended up moving to DC,
Okay.
and did the same thing in the DC DMV area. Got connected with my Urban League family up there, the young professionals, and then just continued to build my Rolodex. Came back to Charlotte, and I had a lot more friends and associates that were needing help in areas, and I had acquired this information already before, these skills. So I was like, well, let me see how I can help you. And then that's what opened the door for me to build connections with people in the SBA, people in the county, small businesses. And I enjoy doing it because at the end of the day, my people bless me with a little piece off the transaction, and I love it.
Well, that's fab. So that will be my answer. That last piece is the people. Mm-hmm. That is why I love doing business in Charlotte, is the people. I think that my profession has introduced me to so many different industries, from NASCAR to farming to sports. You know, I probably couldn't tell you much about football, 15 years ago. I probably know a lot about it now. But I love the people. I think because of our Southern hospitality and because of the way we move here, we're very kind.
Correct.
And so we're introducing people and teaching people about different things. And I just love working with all the different people that I have in Charlotte. And so I've had a great time. And I'm a native, so it's been very interesting to see Charlotte grow and bring all of these different types of people here. So, so I would just say the people.
So I'm a transplant, and I just want to tell you that I love you guys. Whenever I see a Charlottean, I'm like, oh, a unicorn.
We're a unicorn.
Oh, my God.
But we're going to hook you up. We're going to tell you the best place to go get something to
Correct.
eat. We're not going to steer you wrong on where the collard greens are. We're going to try to get you hooked up to where the best barbecue sauce is. Like, we're going to try to do all the things.
Because I need that. I'm a foodie on the low, too. I eat around.
All the things. Now, one thing, I can't help you with the clubs no more. I can't do that.
And that's fine. And that's fine.
Well, thank you, Power Mixer, for having us on.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys.
What's going on, brother?
All right. I'm doing great, man.
Good. Pleasure.
Nice meeting you, yeah.
Pleasure to meet you as well, man.
Yeah, what's up, Bobby?
I'm Desmond Wiggin.
All right, my name is Anthony Louis Jeune.
Okay.
But I go by the name of Tony Louis. Yeah.
Go by the name.
Yeah,
Got you.
yeah,
Very
Tony.
interesting man already. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
What about you?
Desmond Wiggin. So I am actually from Charlotte. So
Okay.
Not born, raised here. Now run a technology company called Battery Exchange. Been running it for about the last 5 years.
Really?
We provide a source of equitable access to mobile energy, information, and resources for inner city communities to access mobile energy for the most part. So,
That's amazing,
what about
man.
you? What do you do? I saw you had a comic book.
Yeah. So I'm a visual artist or visual designer, but I'm also a computer programming programmer. I do Linux, but my passion is really art.
Okay.
And I love comic books. So I created the first Haitian superhero.
Okay.
So I'm from Haiti.
Yeah.
And it's my second month here in the U.S.
Oh, so that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I came to Charlotte because I was in a conference for climate change.
Okay.
And it's a very important topic, and something new I learned today is how important the ocean is. So for sure, I'm gonna incorporate it in my
The
comic
comics?
book.
I love that. I love
and,
that.
And if anybody listening right now, look up climate change and how the ocean is really affecting. You see the tornadoes, the hurricanes coming because the ocean is hot.
Yeah.
So look it up. So my comic book is about that. It's
Okay.
about gender equality. So I do a lot of women empowerment because
Wow.
it's a female superhero coming from Haiti, and she promotes tree planting. And so I was there for this, but I want to know more about your tech
So
company,
on that
'cause I do,
topic though,
coding,
I'm
yeah.
actually very interested in that because I have 2 young children. So a son, right, and then a daughter. So women empowerment, love anything that related.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be more of the artistic one.
Really?
But he already loves comics and
That's great.
Marvel and all these different characters. So love that there's an educational component about that.
That's for sure. And right now I'm about to launch a Kickstarter.
Okay.
And that will be on for Black History Month.
Okay.
And it's to really publish the third installment of Tanama. The first one was Tanama Origin that I created in Haiti, and that was funded by the U.S. Embassy in Haiti and other institution organization who promotes tree planting.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I published it in DC and self-published it because I don't have any publishing company. And but I made it to the Library of Congress, so they reached out to me and then they were like, "We really love what you're doing," because they saw me planting 14 trees in Montgomery Park.
Okay.
And it's not that I'm only talking about a superhero fighting villains. I have a message, and I'm actually doing the work because what I did is other people came and plant trees that day of the launch, so it's symbolic for me for the cause.
Yeah, no, I love it. Simply because so I studied abroad in Asia for a bit, and I started to see climate change and the effects of all the minerals going into the air, and then coming here and what just happened in Western North Carolina, what's happening in the Sahara, it's flooding the desert, and so I knew something was really happening over the last 4 years, just kind of paying a little bit more attention to it. So very interested in kind of educating myself to see what I could do, because I'm in the energy battery space. What are the things that we could do around recycling?
Yes, it's very important.
And then I spend a lot of time in DC, and so I know this is about a power mixer.
Yes.
So would love to see if I could connect you with anybody that's kind of in that space, and just kind of see if there's platforms for you to use your comic books to talk about climate change, connected to a lot of school systems and just different entities up there. So I know you're new to Charlotte, first time being here. So we'd love to hear, your experience. I'll give my experience first. For me, it's been, I traveled to the New Yorks, the Austins of the world, technology epicenters. But I feel like in Charlotte, you can access whoever you need. You could be a big fish in a small pond, and that allows you to really have real tangible opportunities. Some of my biggest customers have come from that access and the social capital that we talked about here. I don't think you could do that in every other city as easy, without already being successful or honestly not looking like us, And so that's what I do like about Charlotte. But I know this is, your first experience here, but what have you liked about the network that you've seen?
What I love about the network that I've experienced is the knowledge and the people, good people and educated people. And because I went to the Museum of Discovery.
Okay, Discovery,
and
place.
So it was very inspiring to be there to present my superhero about climate change. So I feel like that's what I've so far experienced in Charlotte, and and I think it's a positive. I mean, in every city there's not good stuff, but I feel like there's a community of Black people thriving. So that's very inspiring for me coming from Haiti.
Yeah, I actually have some people. Let's connect.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And we could do our social handle. So mine is worldwide wigs _ on all platforms. And then Battery Exchange _ is the name of my organization.
All right, sounds great. Mine is Tony Louis, TonyLoui. That's my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website is www.tonylouis.com. Tony Louis, TonyLoui. And you can also follow Tanama.project. It's my superhero, or tanamaproject.org for the website.
Hello, I'm Alicia Roberts. I go by Alicia Renee. I am an author. I have a couple of devotional plans on the Bible app. I'm also a counselor and a life coach. I specialize in helping women get unstuck, overcoming barriers, and finding out or living into their purpose, identifying what their purpose is. So it's all about helping people to heal emotionally and be prosperous in life.
I'm Tony. I'm with Beauty in the Brow. I'm owner of Beauty in the Brow. I am a solo esthetician. I'm located off of Sardis Road North in Independence, so kind of East Charlotte and Matthews area. I own a waxing studio where I focus on all things beauty and brows. So I do full body waxing, brow tinting, brow grooming, microblading brows, and facials as well. I am transitioning into an instructor role, so I'm also a licensed educator here in North Carolina, and I'm focusing more on continuing education for current estheticians wanting to further their professional business and licensing. Let's see, what I do love about being here in Charlotte and having a small business here in Charlotte is the opportunities. We do have it is a major city. It's growing. I think we said from 50 to 38 within the last year. As far as the growing cities for small businesses. So there are a lot of opportunities. It's just a matter of taking advantage of them and making sure you're networking and you're getting yourself in the right room, rubbing elbows with motivating business owners as well, and just making sure that whether you're speaking at school or speaking engagements or networking events or just collaborating with other business owners, that we can all recognize that we have the same opportunities to share and to spread amongst each other as a community.
I would say the same thing. That is one of the things that I like about living in Charlotte. I'm originally from Indianapolis, so the Midwest. I've been in Charlotte for about 2 years now, but I love how there are so many minority-based organizations and businesses, entrepreneurs, and people are willing to talk and get to know each other and to encourage people as well. And so I love coming to events such as the Power Mixer to meet new people, to be able to exchange information. And you never know who might be the next contact to help you scale your business or move forward, or in the business that I have, who may be the next client. So I do appreciate that.
Yes, I agree. We're all like-minded individuals, just like you said, scaling our business. So this is definitely an advantage, beneficial networking event. So thank you for the Power Mixer.
I want to give a special thank you and shout out to all of the panelists that took out all the time to come and be at the Power Mixer and give really amazing feedback to the attendees. Shout out to my guy, Sean Corbett from the Lucky Spot Barbershop in Barber School. Sean gave feedback on how to build a business in Charlotte and expand beyond Charlotte. And so he gave the room a lot of great information about how to do that in a great way. Next, we had Kim Bratton from Kim Bratton Media, my Charlotte Rotary Club sister. She talked about transitioning from one profession to the next. Of course, a lot of people know that Kim Bratton was a longtime anchor on WSOC TV, and she left TV and started her own media company. So Kim Bratton Media does like incredible commercials for Fortune 500 companies and beyond. And so she talked about being able to transition from one career to the next and being able to do that in Charlotte, and how it's a viable city to do that. Next, we had my man Nate Hogan. Shout out to Nate. first for allowing us to have the Power Mixer at the Charlotte Alliance Foundation. Beautiful facility. It just really gave a great look to the Power Mixer, and so I'm truly appreciative of that, and Nate hooking us up with that. Shout out to Taya Bolton. She was integral in doing that for us as well. But Nate talked about being someone who's a transplant. He came from another city. He came from Kansas City. He was able to come to Charlotte, build a network, and have a great job as the president of the Charlotte Alliance Foundation. So what he talked about was building relationships in Charlotte, understanding that Charlotte is a relationship city and that you have to make connections. And what he did before he just moved here, he did a lot of groundwork before he moved to Charlotte. And he used that as a platform for him to springboard not only his career, but all of the opportunities that he has for his job at the Charlotte Alliance Foundation. So that was great. Shout out to Nate. And last but not least, we have my sister Rhonda Caldwell from the Main Event Inc. She talked about, of course, being a longtime Charlottean, going to UNC Charlotte, the Charlotte Mafia. Shout out to everybody that went to Charlotte University or UNC Charlotte if you're from Charlotte. And she talked about how you have to be consistent in this market. We talked about how Rhonda works across all kinds of industries as an event producer, from the corporate sector to political sector to all kinds of things. She's actually doing the Southern Christmas show right now. And what we talked about is how are you consistent? How do you step in each room as yourself and be consistent no matter what industry you're in? A lot of times people talk about in Charlotte where, every group is different. And what we're trying to do with Social Capital with the Power Mixer is not have Charlotte be a good old boy network or be cliquish. We don't want Charlotte to be cliquish. And so she talked about being authentic to yourself, being consistent, being excellent at your work, and allowing that to be something that can be universal no matter where you attend or where you go in Charlotte. So shout out to Rhonda.
So my name is Shanice White. I am a program supervisor for a local nonprofit in Charlotte called Center 360, where we host 5th through 8th graders, and we really help them with their career development and social emotional learning, really trying to tap into the gifts that they have now so that as they go out into the world and begin to develop into their careers, they have all the tools that are necessary and that they need.
Okay.
That's to you.
That's awesome. My name is Kelly Brooks. I'm the owner of Sabre Building Solutions. Sabre Building Solutions is a company that basically does everything low voltage regarding wiring. So we do video teleconferencing, cameras, phone systems, VoIP phone systems, access control, biometrics, and the like. We do structured cabling. And one of the great things about being in the Charlotte area is there's so many bank facilities here. So by being so many bank facilities and people that handle banks, we do a lot of work for them. They have some extensive video teleconferencing networks there.
What I enjoy about working in Charlotte is I'm not native to the area, like a lot of us aren't. And I've only been here for about a year and some change, and I've really enjoyed being able to connect with the people in Charlotte. And I've noticed that here in Charlotte, and I've been in Florida, I've been in Texas, and I will really say about Charlotte, I feel like people really care about the community. People really care about each other, and as I am connecting more, which that has been my favorite part, is like networking, netweaving, connecting with people, I'm learning that there is a general sentiment of true value and love here in Charlotte. And everything is not perfect, but I do think that people genuinely do want to do right by each other and building each other up. And so that has been the most enjoyable part of doing business in Charlotte, especially as I get to connect it back to our students who are our future of, building and growing.
Yes, Charlotte's been very good to me. I have nothing but great things to say about Charlotte. Charlotte is a up-and-coming city. They have events like this networking opportunity here. To know everyone that is making moves here in the Charlotte area has been very beneficial for me. I've been introduced to basically the decision makers for some very large companies. by attending events like these. So these events, I couldn't be a bigger proponent for these events, and the city of Charlotte. Charlotte is a warm, welcoming city, and as they say, it's like Atlanta was in the early '90s. So it's like up and coming and growing dramatically. So Charlotte's a great place to raise your family, and a great place to basically own and operate a business.
My name is Janiqua Jackson. I am the general manager of Three Sisters Market, a food cooperative market coming to West Boulevard in Clanton. I'm here with
Yolanda McClinton, and I am the owner of Kennard's Catering and Events Company.
Well, Yolanda, so nice to have you here today. Tell me some things about you that you like about doing business in Charlotte.
Well, Charlotte is one of my ground stomping areas that I actually come into often, although my business is actually in Gastonia, North Carolina, but I started in Charlotte, and we have grown, and so we've transitioned and moved to Gastonia, but every week I'm in Charlotte doing business. And what I like about the people in Charlotte, their integrity really stands out when it comes to business, and there is more diversity now compared to where it used to be, because I started business in 2013. Nice. So you see the elevation of how Charlotte has really evolved over the years, and so now we're getting the people that's migrating from different states and states. So the culture is really changing great for the greater good of businesses now.
Seems like. Well, this is my second time and my second go around in Charlotte, and from the first time, the main thing that I like was, number one, the diversity, and then number two, the inclusiveness. I never felt like I was, set to the side or felt like I was outcast from being somewhere else. And so I absolutely enjoy that. Doing business out here is, my favorite thing is meeting people like yourself, and just being able to network and provide services and understand what's needed here in Charlotte.
Yeah, I just feel like because Charlotte is growing,
it's huge. You
would never not have employment.
Yes.
Yes. You always have an employee or someone looking for a job because of the evolvement that's actually happening now. So I'm grateful for the people that are coming, the people that wanted to try new things, and the different businesses that's actually coming forth. Because guess what? At one point in time, the restaurant world and the grocery shop world was just stagnated for a while.
Yeah, it's hard businesses. They're hard businesses to run. Yep, kudos to you for being in business for 11 years, you said, 2013?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
How did you make it?
I stay true to myself. I can't go about what somebody else is doing. I can't look at what somebody else is. I learned how to stay in my lane in business, although we have a lot of things that we actually do in business. But when you hire me to do a specific thing, that's what I'm going to do specifically. Because what happens is you don't want to cross over to somebody else's lane, and I'm not ready for no head-on collision. I am accident free, and I stay in my lane, and then that's where it's easy for you to have more integrity that way by staying in your lane, knowing your position, and just doing what the people have actually hired you to do.
That's right.
And you do the best.
That's right.
You put forth your best foot forward.
That's right.
When doing it. So, but I understand that there is a new grocery store coming up.
Yes. So this food cooperative is huge for the West Boulevard corridor. There has not been a grocery store there in 40 years. This is definitely a black-led movement, but also a servitude movement. So the difference in between cooperatives and regular conventional stores is that we're there to serve the community. The footprint of it is a grocery store. However, we have much more social impact that we're going to be producing out of that store as well. So definitely happy to be on board, happy to be a part of the team. Look forward to having some Kennards in the store.
Good evening, everyone. Courtney Pullum here from the VAPA Center, and I'm here with
Sean Lucky Corbett from the Lucky Spot Barbershop.
Of course. Nice to meet you, for one.
Likewise. Nice to meet you.
Of course. So can you tell me a little bit about what you do, and then I can speak on myself?
What do I do? That's a good question.
Yes, it is.
I think I'm an investor. I'm an investor in people.
Nice.
I think that's the biggest thing that I do. Yes, the byproduct is barbershops and barbering, but I think that the investment in the people on the front end is kind of what I do.
So like people management, you like to pour into people.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
Pour into people. Does it work out all the time? No, but you love it enough that you're crazy enough to show up every day.
Of course.
So, what do you do?
Yeah, of course. So what I do is I do content strategy and marketing management for small and growing businesses. So whether that be BTS content, social media strategy, influencer marketing, I do all of those things.
What is BTS content? What is that?
So say you have an event or you do things day-to-day operations, I capture that content to put out to the masses, whether it be through social media or web.
Man, your job is so much cooler than mine.
No, it's not.
I mean, you just really just go around and capture dope moments.
Yeah.
I think that's a great profession.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely a skill that I had to tap into because in my personal life, I'm very much into capturing moments, capturing things that are special. So I thought to myself, how can I pivot this into something that I could make money off of?
The funny thing is, I've never been the picture guy, and social media is the hardest thing for me.
Really? See?
Yeah, like that is just the hardest thing for me. But I know that it's a necessary evil for doing business.
Yeah.
Because the landscape. I started my business in 2011. The landscape, as far as social media, was completely different. I think it was just like MySpace or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So now you have Twitter, which is X, and you have all of these platforms. TikTok, TikTok is probably one of the biggest forms of advertising now. Like, it's its own advertising agency. So
Yeah.
I've never thought that I would see things evolve on the social media space the way that it is.
Yeah, and it's very interesting to me, learning about keywords, SEO, analytics, really getting into the data of it and finding out what works. But yeah, I really love creating content in Charlotte. I feel like there's a big need for it, and that's one of the things I enjoy about doing business in Charlotte. A lot of people are ready to, reach out, lend a helping hand, and allow me space to, do what I do creatively, have creative control. So that's something I really admire about Charlotte.
Let me ask you a question. Like,
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite things to capture?
Some of my favorite things to capture are signature events. So whether that be fundraising galas or board retreats, that's what I love to capture because it shows the true spirit of a company as a whole. Day-to-day operations, you do get those little tidbits here and there, social media posts, yeah, but whenever it's a culmination of culture for whatever company or organization it is, it's easier to get a full picture of their impact, their mission, what they do. So it's fun to translate that.
I like that. I got one more question. I'm going to let you ask me one before we get out of here. If you had one shot to shoot, what would it be?
One shot to shoot?
Like one piece of content to shoot. It can be anything. If you can pick to shoot any person, anything, like what would be that thing? What would be your signature? You, like if they said you can shoot anything in the world or any person in the world, anything, person, what would it be?
Well, right now, I don't know if I'm just being influenced because of the climate we're in right now, but I would love to be able to document Kamala Harris's campaign trail and her campaign strategy, the behind the scenes of that, because from what we see on the forefront, it's so peaceful, so strategic, but I know behind the scenes it's probably chaos, hectic, a lot of moving pieces, and I would love to capture that and showcase to the world, like, this is a little bit more than what you think it is. I like showing people the unexpected.
That's strong. You hear that, Kamala Harris? She's willing to come work and capture your processes and procedures behind the scenes.
Of course, yeah. Speaking of processes and procedures, how do you incorporate those into how you pour into people? I think you mentioned earlier that scaling a business is really about scaling processes.
Yes. Okay. Scaling, I think everything is a process. Whether you're investing in people, investing in real estate, everything has a process. And I think that as an entrepreneur, the quicker you can learn that everything has a process, you won't cheat the process. And so from the word go, from our orientation of our school, you're getting orientated on the processes. Before your first day of work in the barbershop, you're getting orientated on the processes. And even before even before the processes really sink in, we're also orientating you in our culture. Like, you know, what is the mission statement? What is the vision? Like, our vision is to aim to be the home of the first, second, and third chances of life. Through the business of barbering, positive life choices, we serve our community with excellence and honor. But that from the first day, we're pumping that into you.
That culture.
But that's the process.
Yeah.
So when you peel back the layers and you say, hey, what is your process here at the Lucky Spot? It's about culture, people. Then you get into the processes. But they got to believe in it.
That's a big one. Having people believe in that overall culture.
Buying is the key.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was dope kicking it with you, man. Hopefully we can do it again.
Of course.
All
It
right.
was very informative. You dropped some gems.
Tell the people where to find you.
Where to find me? If you go on LinkedIn, you can find me at Courtney Pullum, COURTNEY, PULLOM as in Mike. A little bit more informal, if you want to follow me on Instagram, go ahead, COURTTOOSHORT. Where can we find you?
Follow the barbershop at Lucky Spot Barbershop on Instagram, Facebook, any of your social media platforms. Also follow the school, Lucky Spot LBA, Instagram, website. And so if you know anyone that's trying to figure out what they're going to do with their future, they need some kind of guidance, or they just need a landing space to figure out the next stage of their life, man, come check us out.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ivory Young. I am a multimedia personality, mogul, and real estate agent in North Carolina. And I am here with...
What's going on, guys? So it's Rich Hits. That's my @ on Instagram. I am a videographer, photographer, and graphic designer based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. So what do you enjoy about doing business in Charlotte?
I most enjoy, I guess, the open market, the creativity that the business owners here cultivate. Because you can really do anything here and make it into something. You have the liberties to dabble into a lot of different markets here because the infrastructure is just growing so much. So there's like a high need for lots of different things. So they need innovators, they need creative people, they need business savvy people to more so educate the masses here, the population here, and just be a better overall city.
Nice. So pretty much we already kind of had this conversation out there, but as far as like the Charlotte city growing in itself, it's like, it's really dope because everybody's going to need everybody at some point.
Exactly.
Whether it's, like you said, like real estate, like me, I do videography and photography, but a lot of people don't know that I do graphic design. I've actually been doing that longer than I've had a camera in my hand, so people are like, oh, I didn't know you do that. I really just don't promote it, but it's cool because there's always going to be somebody that's going to need that in the city, no matter where you move to. But especially Charlotte, because it's such a small city, but it's growing, and everyone here wants to start like their own thing.
Everybody here is an innovator. Is the
Yeah,
thing,
they want to start something, which I think is super dope. That's why we're here. He started this. Jay Hill, shout out to you, bro.
Right. What was your favorite part of the event today?
My favorite part of the event was, I can't remember his name, but he was really like authentic with his answer. He was the second guy, I want to say, with the mic.
Okay, with the blue checkered blazer on?
I think so.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I did not catch his name either.
Me neither, but his answer was...
But we know
yes,
people who know who he's talking about.
But he was like, hey.
That's how networking works. You might not know, but the person you just met knows, so it's all good.
Yeah, but his answer wasn't like he was talking to a Congress of people. It was like,
it was,
yo, I'm going to be real with y'all. That's like what he says. I'm going to be real right now.
It was personable. It was like a personable conversation, a personable dialogue.
If you put me on a panel, I'm not going to talk like I'm speaking in front of a bunch of senators. I'm going to give it to you raw. Like, I'm going to talk how I normally talk.
Yeah, that was probably like my biggest, I don't know, like fear going into today, coming to this event was like, I'm going to be too shy to talk to people. I'm going to be too like nervous to like just be out there and outgoing and like let everybody know who I am, because I'm still in like the figuring it out phase. And I came here for more so like guidance and like wisdom and knowledge, because you know, when you're just getting into a field, and I feel like we covered that a lot in the event today, was like, how do you break out into like a network or a city or a business that you have no experience in and nobody's ever basically taught you or guided you through the process. Right. And you walk into environments like this and like you have people who are genuinely interested in helping you because they've been exactly where you are. So I appreciate that.
I like what you said though. The figuring out stage, listen, always be in that stage.
Right.
I don't care if you at the top of the top, always be in that, because you could niche down, right? But there's always a cap over that. So I tell people like, hey, I've been doing all this stuff for so long, but even I don't know everything. So I'm always still trying to figure, like my cousin, he's been doing this for way longer than me. But if he watches this, he's going to be like, bruh. But I'm actually better than him at doing this. He's better than me at shooting films because that's his niche.
Yeah.
But I like to do the whole aspect of it, and I'm always, like you said, trying to figure it out. But I know my style, so I stay within my style lane. Yeah. But as far as like working and shooting what I shoot, I'm always just trying to figure it out.
No, I like what you said. I feel like that pretty much sums it up. Like, we come to things like this because we're all going to need each other one day. And it's just better to like at least put yourself in the room and allow what's meant to flow. And usually 9 times out of 10, if you're in the right room, like you'll get what you need, you know? So I'm definitely grateful for the experience.
Look, we in the room.
We in the room.
So again, we had a wonderful mixer. Shout out to everybody that attended. People don't really understand, man. This is something that has been in my head for a long time, something that I wanted to bring back to Charlotte for a long time. Charlotte is now not only 38th place, but I think we're making strides to go even further as it relates to economic mobility. Not only are we moving past 38th place, but we're making strides to go further as it relates to economic mobility. And so I just want to thank everyone for coming out. It's never lost on me that you are getting off work or leaving your business and getting up and changing or doing whatever you got to do to make time and come out to the Power Mixer. I truly appreciate it. And so what we want to do with this podcast is go deeper. Being able to show all aspects of the Power Mixer, allow people to promote their business. Everything at the Power Mixer is set up for you to promote your career, your business, your brand. So have at it. And so that's what this podcast is about. Shout out to all the people that took the time that night to talk about their business and interview each other. All right, and next, guess what? December 4th, we got another Power Mixer coming right at you. December 4th, 2024. Visit thepowermixerclt.com for more information. That's thepowermixerclt.com.
October 30th, where connections bound. Networking sharp and the food's on sway. Giveaways dropping like it's holiday.